Hello everybody, Artsy here with another episode of Broken Cards of Hearthstone. In the first episode I covered Druid and a Hunter, and this time I'm focused on Mage. So let's do this. So I think those basic cards are mostly okay here. Let's see. Until you reach a secrets, because I think I probably said this, but I think secrets in general are overpowered, and some of them are legit. Like for example, this one is not actually that bad. This time it's also not that bad, but there are a few which are pretty sick. Well, yeah, I think this card is a little overpowered because you get like a stronger version of the spell, and let's do like twice as more damage. Which I think it's a little too much. It's basically this card is basically two spells in one. It's a one spell. It's a 1/6 crystal spell, which is separated to on two individual spells, except the price which you're paying, you don't know, you need a cast a weaker version first, and second, little it's a little overpowered, not too much, but it's a little, but in the end it's not that bad. I just maybe I would say like 5 damage will be more far, or 4, I don't know, like 6 seems to be a little too much, but I don't think this is that bad. There are cards which are much worse, and that is this card, because you can destroy any minion for free mana, and that is way too cheap. I think will be much better if this card just do like some decent damage, but not destroy it completely, because that's is a little too much. I think like 6 or 5 damage will be like realistic, but complete destruction, that is not okay. Especially if you realize if somebody have a this is basically problem which exists for all cards which have this ability complete destruction, and that is they can destroy any card even if this card have divine shield, which I think it's pretty dumb, because Divine Shield's supposed to be something which is able to hold a first attack. So I think all destroying card, all card which have written like they can destroy something, they should didn't do like destroy it, and they should instead do like really huge damage. Like let's say 100 damage or 50 damage, which will be fair because it's effectively can destroy any minion. But if this minion have a divine shield, that will be, I don't know, like complete destruction is a little too much, especially because this can bypass divine shield. And I think that's just way too much. That is way too powerful, which can like it's really like can feel like kick in the nuts, especially if you have some card with the divine shield, and you can ask yourself why I even trying here, because with these cards you know everybody have some destroying card, or how they are called, I don't know. You always lose 1 or 2 minions, no matter how strong they are, and that is like really annoying. But there is card which is even worse, and that is this card. Like giving you copy any minions, like seriously, I think this card is broken on many levels. First, obviously, it's very really overpowered in general. But there is something which is even worse about this card, and that is like sometimes you get lucky and you can get some good minion or specifically minions, not spells, and that is basically you. Sometimes you're lucky and you can make them, and sometimes it takes forever to craft them. And in some cases, if you get really bad cards, it can take you like week or month, depend how frequently you play. But it can take forever sometimes, and then you like. If I remember, like one of the first legendaries which I have was Hogger, which when I play I really like this card and I still like it, but I don't use him too much these days because there are some other cards. I don't think like he's bad, he's good, but yeah, it's taken me like really lots of time, and sometimes I just like hell yes and play this card, and it's like here's my ultimate card, and then I found like he had this damn secret, and suddenly he has the same card. Despite the fact this itself is really overpowered. Like if you play some specific card and your enemy basically steal it, specifically for such a low price like a free crystals, that's really feel like a slap in the face. Like seriously, that's like really bad. And if you have some card and you did like lots of work to get this card and suddenly some stupid mage can play this card and basically copy your card. That's no, that's just not. That's just wrong. This card need to be modified. I think I can see like two possible way how this can be fixed. First, you could say like if you have, for example, this card. This card costs 2 crystals, but it can give you minion whose price is 3 less. And some people think this card is OP. I'm actually don't think this guy is OP. I think it's legit because you basically get card which you already pay 2 crystals, so it's only logical you get some discount. But if you go get somewhere because you get a random card and a card which you get can have cost like 1 or 0, then you basically wasting new crystals. And in order to compensate this, then like you get 3 less. So that is why this is here. So I think um, this secret should do something similar, and instead of give you copy any minion, give you only copy of a minion whose price is 1 crystal higher, or maybe 2. That will be still good. Like have a limit. You can copy any minion who costs, let's say, 5 or less crystals. It will be still really good card, but it's prevent some copying some cards specifically if you like call something really strong, like 6 or more. This bunch of really strong minions, and this will be a really nice thing. Especially that's one option. There is another option how this card can be fixed, and that is say you get the same card, but you like your enemy, but you don't get exactly same card. You get card of same price, and card will be randomized. That will keep this secret function pretty much the same, but it's remove this slap in the face element because you don't steal card of your enemy. That will be also a good solution. Or there is third option, and that is say you can copy any card except epic and legendary. One of these things should be like implemented because I think this card house right now it's overpowered and it feels like slap in the face. It feels almost like a cheating. Like, why somebody have the same card like me if he even don't have this card? And look at this. This card is not even rare. It's a like common card. Like, what the hell? How common card can be powerful enough to copy anything, including legendaries? That's just, this card is not just overpowered, but it's cheap. Like, come on, that is let's too much. About some other cards, this is not actually that bad. So let's move on. Spellbender. Actually, I don't think Spellbender is that much broken. I think this card is actually okay. Because this card do something similar, but at the same time, this card is at least epic. So at least it don't feel like it's cheap to make. So you need like do something to get this card. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, we have another thing here, polymorph. I already say why I think like destroying cards are too powerful, so I don't really wanna repeat myself here. This is pretty much same type of card like destroying card. It can completely destroy any minion, and I think this is again way too overpowered. And it's also this card also don't make sense because if I like I give you example. I give you example. Let's say somebody. Let's say my opponent draw this card, and I turn it into sheep. I make it in a 1/1 sheep, but the sheep supposed to still be like sheep with divine shield. That is the. I mean, I get it like the transformation. That is okay, but this is supposed to give a card like make it 1/1 card, but keep its special abilities. Basically, which mean if I if I turn this card on a sheep, then I have 1/1 sheep with divine shield. If I do this on this card, I get 1/1 sheep with ability destroy any minion damaged by this sheep. Well, maybe not this ability because that's is if you are no longer spider, then you have no venom, and well, that's probably not. But I mean, like not basic abilities, which are depend on like nature of the minion. But if there are some enchants, some buff, they should be preserved. Like turning somebody into a sheep, I think that is okay. But like remove its enchants in the process, that's make no sense. Because I actually think in a Warcraft 3, this spell doing exactly this, and it was also temporal. Like I mean, like many spells, how they work in a work of in a Warcraft 3, and probably in a World of Warcraft, which I cannot say because I never actually played World of Warcraft. But I like know a little about this game. I think this is exactly how this spell work. Um, but other spells which are here, um, I don't think there is any mage spell mage card which seems to be a little too OP. I think they're mostly okay, except I mentioned polymorph and I mentioned. Wait a minute, I have this. Oops. Okay, so move on. Well, they are pretty much okay. So let's move the cards which I didn't craft. Is there anything inappropriate? Okay. I think this card is a little OP because with I mean, granted, you need some bonus card to get benefit of this card, but if you don't have it, this card is too weak, and if you have, it's too strong. So that card is a little not necessarily broken. It just I don't know. Another broken card which is here is this one because for its cost it can can do like 4 damage and granted it's a random but it seems for some reason Blizzard seems to love random elements. I have no idea why, and it's really annoying because I know I repeat myself and I said this before, but this is supposed to be game about tactic. If I have just a bunch of random things, then why I should even try doing like anything here? I mean, I once saw like championship in a I'm not kidding rock paper scissors, but the whole thing was basically made as a joke. But here there are many random elements, and they are taken totally seriously. I don't get it. Like, why Blizzard love random elements so much? I mean, this need to be. I mean, sometimes random elements can be good because we don't have games so like generic and things don't happen the same way all the time. So it's make a little of variety, but too much randomness is just one huge mess, and I don't like random cards in general. Not because they Blizzard making them usually overpowered, and but also because they are extremely unreliable. Besides, if like your enemy have like only one, if you have like only one minion on the board, then this card for sure like hit this specific minion. So yeah, I think this card. I don't like randomized card in general, with few exceptions. Let's see. Oh yes, this card. This card is very broken. Not only it's overpowered, but sometimes it's let you like first and most importantly, if this is apprentice, then how apprentice can make your spells cheaper? That's make no sense, like at all. Does this mean if this is apprentice and reduce the spell cost one? This mean like there is some sort of higher archmage who can give you like a bigger discount? I don't see anyone here. Like I know this guy is pretty OP and he don't give you anything. Or how about Andorias? He do something totally different. I mean, this spell is just it's overpowered and it's making no sense. So I'm sorry, but I really don't like this card. And this card is one of the reasons why Mage can be sometimes really annoying to play this because pretty much every not it's not like I can tell like this card is one of the card. This card and these two cards specifically. Pretty much every mage had them, and I don't think like it's anything bad play this way, but I really don't like play against mages because all mages all mages playing exactly same way. They do exactly same things every single time. They have these cards, they have bonus damage cards. On top of that, Mage here in general is really broken class because pretty much most of mage card are damage card, with a few exceptions. And like I don't think this like it's anything bad about this, but annoying is pretty much all mages doing this. Like look Me, I have Inspire Mage, I have Secret Mage, and I don't have Normal Mage. Like I didn't even don't know if anybody even try like playing different type of mage. It's so incredibly rare. I actually once even try do like non-damage mage, and it's probably can be fun to play. Right now there is not too many non-damage cards, but there is a few, and I think they are great cards. So I think many things can be done here, and I one day definitely I currently like making myself spell priest, which is similar way which I hate so much with the mages, but with the priest it's like really new experience because I really don't see too many priests plays this way. So this is what I like to do, like take class and play with the class completely different than anyone other. Sometimes it's work, sometimes it's not, but I don't care if I win or lose. Only thing which I'm interested is having fun. That is the point. And if somebody play against me, I know this tactic is useful and it's work, but it's so boring. It's so annoying. Like every time if I play against mage, I know there is like 90% chance he play spell mage who combines discard, other cards which react on spells or doing spell damage and combine some minions with the spells. Attack spells to be more exact. This is what most mages play. Or mechs. I absolutely have no idea why mages love mech so much because I don't think there is actually a reason to play as mech. Like there's some other cards who have some interesting interaction with the mechs, but first and mostly mage really don't have that much mage specific mechs in general. Well, there's few, but they are nothing special. At least I don't think they are. I'm not like only card who has specific interaction with the mage is this one. Which, granted, it's a strong card, but it's again a little unpredictable. So, yeah, nothing special. Um, okay, let's move on. Yeah, so let's see. Conquer spell. I think this card is. I think this card is another card which is pretty broken because it's basically equivalent of this card except on the spells. But it feels even more painful because one of the reason why you play some specific class are spells because there are some neutral minions, but there are not such a thing like a neutral minions. And if you like try play some cards and it's conquered, well, I mean, no, that is not fun. And this card is bad, but by its nature because again, similar to this card, it feels like a slap in the face. A funny thing, I have no idea why. I have no problem with this card, but maybe because this card, it's little like you cannot say what you get. Probably that is most likely a reason. But these two cards, they are just OP, and they are both feel like slap in the face. Moving on. Yeah, I think there's another card who is like really broken. Simply because this card by its own is like really strong. It's only rare, so it's not too difficult to make it. And it's give you one free secrets. If you realize like secrets itself are pretty OP, so that is sick. Like secrets by themselves are really overpowered and this card give you like free. So you basically can do some really crazy things like play for three crystals discard, and you have three lead points for damage card, and a next like you can immediately cast some really strong secrets, like for example this one, and you can like for minimum like really laughably ridiculously low mana you can cast like some super ridiculously powerful effects. So this card is pretty OP and pretty sick. Um, so let's move on. Okay, I think this card is also a little broken. I mean, it's not like this card is overpowered because for its price have decent abilities. This card is broken, not overpowered, just really broken because it can literally give you infinite supply of fireballs. Every time if you cast spell, you get fireball. And fireball by its own, it's a spell, so you can like infinitely cast fireballs. Like I said, it's not like this card is overpowered. I think it's legit by its function, but it's broken. It's really, really broken. Especially this card can be super ridiculously broken if you combine this card with a spell damage card or cards like this and this. That can be like even more ridiculous and like I said, not necessarily overpowered but definitely really broken. Another broken card, it's this one. This card, I have one word to describe this card, and the word is stupid. This card literally don't do anything useful. It do to damage the all characters, including your own, and you absolutely have no idea when this happened. I don't even know why anybody willingly wanna play this card. I just don't know. Like this card seems to be so broken. Like if this card can like do damage only to enemies, that will be useful. Or if you can somehow like suppress this effect, say like I don't know, uh, let's say reduce the price of the card like 6, and say if you have like bonus to spell damage and like damage your minions get, or let's say like this: if you have spell damage minion and this damage is the your minion is reduced to 1 for every plus 1 spell damage. It's a little difficult to imagine, but if this card be like this, then that will be still useful. Maybe a little OP, but not too much. But because it's do damage everyone, and there is quite a few cards who doing like damage to everyone, including your minions. But sometimes it's if you play the card or if card is destroyed or in specific circumstances. So you have like control where this deal damage happen. With this card, you don't. Card have no like any super good stats, any good specific ability, and it's incredibly unpredictable. This 2 damage can take like in most unfortunate moment, and you never know when this happen. I cannot imagine like if somebody purposely won this card. I have no idea why. This card is not overpowered and it's just broken. That's the reason why I'm doing this, like pointing cards which are broken. This one is definitely totally broken. It has no any specific ability, and I think in general it's really really bad card because how unpredictable is it is. I mean, if you don't have any minions on the board, and your enemy have many of them, and it can actually help you. But that is the thing, you never know when you get this card. Like I said, this card is really, 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 really broken. Okay, what else we have here? Um, no, that's it. That's everything. Okay, so let's conclude um episode. I think I pulled point some cards. There are cards which are annoying, cards which are broken. I actually must say, like Mage have a more broken cards, which I expected. This one is broken. This one is broken. Uh, overpowered, overpowered. Annoying. Yeah. So, uh, so that is done for today. In next episode, we focus on Paladin, and oh boy, that be a long episode because similar to Hunter, Paladin have many, and I mean many broken cards. Like he's like OP in general because he have weapons, healing spells, buff spells, protective spells, tons of weapons, secrets, millions of divine shields. Like he is like most ridiculous uh, class here. So we go into some details in the next episode. But yeah, that will be definitely a long episode because Paladin have many broken cards. So yeah. So for now, thanks for your time, and I will see you later.